We will start basically from the basics of bioinformatics training. Okay.
Yeah.
And the brochure which I sent you,
Yeah.
there we have clearly mentioned that we will be basically looking for the data analysis, coding, research, implementation, and manuscript preparation. And this will be helping you not only just learn bioinformatics, but also to learn the coding part and the implementation, the thought about developing the logical implementation of bioinformatics approach for manuscript writing and like big or high throughput data analysis, making conclusion, and many more things. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we have basically uh, for today's class, like I have divided it into different sections, and then in these different sections, what I could also look for some of the like typical topics, and that topic is basically just 1 minute. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that topic is identified as something, for example, every day we will be highlighting, okay, this is what we decided for today to discuss. And for example, sometimes we might want to highlight that, okay, this is not what we wanted to see. Here, for example, we have few things clearly mentioned: basics about bioinformatics application, coding requirements, bioinformatics tools, and implementation in biological clinical research work. So, basics about bioinformatics is something which almost everyone knows these days. Okay. So, for example, here we are saying engineering, biology, computer science, then chemistry, some different things like, physics and some mixed kind of approach.
Yeah.
So, if you are thinking something in this way, for example, biochemistry is purely chemistry and biology, which everyone knows. Okay. So are you able to see the screen
Eh,
which I am sharing? Okay.
Yeah, bro. I can.
Yes, yes. Okay. So here, if you will see the basics about bioinformatics. So we call it these days most of the research work or even the industrial works.
Yeah.
They are doing their work, which basically focus on basic science. And basic science means where you implement different in disciplines. For example, you implement some basic bioinformatics, some mathematics, some physics, some chemistry, and then you achieve your final goal in biological research.
Yeah.
So this is called purely interdisciplinary field. Is it clear?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. So now to implement these things, you need to also know the some of the coding part, and the coding can be done in any language depending on your like understanding about which like coding you are more familiar or interested. For example, someone will say I am interested in MATLAB, or someone can say I will go to R, Python, or maybe C, C++, Java. Okay.
Yeah.
But these days, the most common thing which the people are using, who like first thing is MATLAB, R, then now the people are switching towards Python. Okay.
Mm.
And the reason for not using MATLAB so much is that for MATLAB, you need to have proper license.
Okay.
where for which you need to pay some money as a license fee. Then you can get access to MATLAB. So the people prefer to go for open tools, open sources, and that is R and Python. Now, I am coming here for MATLAB. I will be basically giving you the idea of coding in MATLAB. The reason for using MATLAB for me is this is one of the most sophisticated coding tool. And since it is highly paid software or coding thing, so it is always curated from time to time. Now, coming to R, you will find hundreds of smaller modules for R from like unauthentic sources, which you don't know how they have developed. Okay. But in MATLAB, in order to integrate any modules from external sources, MATLAB needs certain evaluation before integrating with MATLAB. But there is no check and balance in Python or in R because it is free source. So there is no check and balance for any tools or any software. Is it clear?
Yes, bro.
MATLAB has wider range of application, mostly in engineering. It is so frequent, it is so common that we can say almost 100% engineering department, mainly government section, are using MATLAB. For example, entire defense department, they are using MATLAB for radar system, for all kind of navigation of planes. That is called Simu Link, which you might be aware. But there are many more applications of MATLAB in government organizations, sophisticated government organizations. Now, this is the coding. Why now we need the coding? The reason for requirement of coding is that we want to integrate interdisciplinary fields with with each other in order to meet the biological requirements because we want to implement in biological field. Is it clear here?
Yes.
Now, so there are now hundreds of thousands of bioinformatics tools and databases available as a free or paid tools. Okay.
Yeah.
There are different types of now tools. Some are easy to use. For example, you just copy your input data and paste it into the web page. Then you execute the program, you get output on the web page. That is called graphical user interface or web server. I hope this is clear thing.
Yeah, bro.
And that is very easy to use it. Now, there is another kind of bioinformatics tools. That is where you need to download the source of the codes or execution file. Then you install on your computer. Then you follow certain steps depending on what are the tools. And then you get some kind of output in one step or multiple steps. Now it comes to implementation of these bioinformatics or interdisciplinary approach to biological and or clinical research. Here, you need to think differently. First thing, for example, we are working on cancer. And one of my project is where I just need to look for the gene, their sequence, their kind of gene clusterings in terms of sequence similarity. And then we say phylogenetic classification of the genes in one type of cancer.